Richard Lawson Burgess and Bill Bussey attended different schools while growing up in Calhoun County. They never even knew each other, while living only about 12 miles apart. Little did they know that they would practically spend the next 30 years less than 12 feet apart. Rick Burgess and Bill Bubba Bussey are Alabama's radio legends known as Rick and Bubba.
Quick, Bubba, it's Jumpin' Jack Chicken. Follow him!
Oh! Hurry up, Rick, our fans are going wild! Just a second, Bubba, I can't eat and sign autographs at the same time.
From their Jumpin' Jack Chicken days, the Longtime partners broadcast out of their elaborate first-class studio, WZZK in Birmingham, the flagship station of the Rick and Bubba radio network, with over 70 stations and their show broadcast live on YouTube and other affiliates reach a neighborhood of several million faithful followers weekly, with the help from the dependable show producer Calvin Speedy Wilburn. Not bad for a 5-hour morning show that has captivated millions through their 30 years together. How do you describe an average listener? Reed over here has been, he's from Gordo.
Oh, yes.
He has been listening to y'all, he said, since he was a baby because his parents listened, and they still do.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of times in our industry, they try to break down demographics and give you these very tight windows of people and, you know, geographic and demographic and all this. We've always said the appeal of this show is 8 to 80 blind, cripple, and crazy.
Yeah.
So we cover so many topics, Jamie, and we have so much fun. We found it's kind of universal across the board. I think the key, too, is when we're having fun, the audience senses that, and they have fun.
Did you ever think radio would work out to be a full-time job for either one of you?
Well, I wanted to do that since I was a child. My mother didn't seem to think it would. And when I told her I was going to leave UPS, she was like, I really wish the benefits and the job security there. Of course, she didn't realize how poorly I was at it. I don't think I had a lot of job security there. We talk about doing Christian radio. I think we're Christians who do radio. And the way the platform works and gets an opportunity, God's allowed us to reach people. He reaches them, but for us to get people interested in Him, because back to what Bubba just talked about, I think the audience has a loyalty because of how transparent we've been about every part of our life, and
good, bad, and ugly.
People said, I've laughed with you, I've cried with you, I've been inspired by how God has inspired y'all. That also, gave me an appetite for it. So I love to go out and teach the Bible. It's one of my favorite things.
How do y'all deal with wokeism these days?
Well, we're not woke, so we can't be woke. So we simply point out some of the ridiculousness of this and the inconsistencies of it. And some of it's just crazy now. It's off the chart.
I was fortunate to be part of their radio stardom back in 2002 in a remote from the beach club in Gulf Shores.
Well, Jamie, so you're doing the show now, TV in the morning. So.
Right, yeah, we call it Cooper Company Live. My wife, Gloria, she's over here running
Hey,
the camera
Gloria.
right now.
Hey, Gloria.
And it's just kind of like, like a redneck David Letterman doing the Today Show.
Plus, the famous duo caught glimpses of the country Rover back in the early 1980s on their local cable system. Now, you said that when you grew up in Jacksonville, that Channel 31 back in the 80s was on cable.
Yes, it was. It was on our cable, and that's where I first
saw
saw
you.
you.
Person on TV was
Jamie Cooper, the country Rover. Now, we both had brown hair back then, Jamie.
Right,
it was a while back, but and I noticed we're still going to the same barber.
Yeah, we still are. Thanks to Speedy, the show is a well-organized production. How would you describe the camaraderie of all you guys in here?
Just natural chemistry. Nothing is fake or pushed or let's just fabricate this, that, and the other. It's all improv, but yet our chemistry is so much alike that we just kind of go with it and it just happens. It's just natural. It's God's really blessed us with not only that chemistry, but for us all to be close friends off air too.
What happens when somebody comes in and they're not feeling good? Are they mad at the other person?
We're pros, and we just move on. There's not too many days like that. Now, sickness, if you've got a fever or throwing up, you can't come, all right, because nobody else wants that, right?
Well, it's like trying to get in Fort Knox in here.
Well, I know. We have the securities, and we did tell them about you, but no. No, I'm just kidding. No, we really have really a lot of really good days, not many bad days, but if somebody is not feeling well, we jump in or they go on home. And that's the good thing about having such a tight staff is that if somebody's not here, then we just keep on moving forward.
I got to ask you, though, with all these years you've been with them, and they've been the stars.
Yes, sir.
Did you ever want to be the own speedy show?
Not really. I really didn't, because I really am comfortable with who I am and the position I've been in, and I love to help produce and get things done behind the scenes, and those guys are the pros. I'm just the guy that kind of holds it together.
Well, my next question was, how do you describe the sexiest two fat guys in America, which they don't use that anymore, but how do you describe them?
They're two original guys that I love so much. They're like my big brothers. Their families are my family, and we just have a lifelong friendship that's going to continue even after the show's over.
Things have taken a turn recently. The popular show in its current format will come to an end and go forward with the Rick Burgess Show without the ever-entertaining Bubba Bussey. What is the plans for Rick Burgess?
So I'm going to continue to do a show in 2025, and going to do that until I physically and mentally can't.
Same hours?
Probably the same hours. Probably mostly the same platforms.
Seriously, where do you go from here?
I don't know. I don't know yet. We've rebuilt the lake house that was destroyed by a tornado, and we're trying to finish that up. And we got a few loose ends, but I don't know, Jamie. What
are you going to miss about seeing him every day?
Oh, I'll miss the camaraderie. I mean, these guys are lifelong friends, and I will dearly miss that.
I thought you were going to say my hair.
The one thing that all three of us have in common, besides our natural good looks and love talking in front of an audience at a microphone, is we were all three told in college we'd never amount to anything in broadcasting because of our
Accent.
Southern accent.
Talking like a hillbilly.
Like a hillbilly. In Birmingham, with two Alabama originals, Rick and Bubba, I'm your country rover, Jamie Cooper. Now, Bubba, there is a chance we could do Bubba Rover now. I mean,
Pass me the application.
There ain't no application. See Glory over there, we'll go from there.
Alabama Original with country rover Jamie Cooper is brought to you by Corbin's Air, Water, and Power Solutions.